So I am ready to go to San Francisco. This is gonna be a pretty interesting journey. I was in Playa del Carmen for the last 6 months. I am about to take a bus to Mexico City. So I will take you with me and let's go. So I just posted a new video. Make sure to check it out right here. This is my face. Let's get hopefully to 500 subscribers, to 1,000. We're gonna get there soon. In 1 year, we're gonna get to 1 million for sure. We always have to have these big goals in mind, but make sure to check it out. In this case, I am talking about my story. I am talking about how I was able to make $35,000 in a tiny apartment in Playa del Carmen, and that's pretty much it. Alright everybody, so here I am finally in San Francisco. This is a really amazing place. I ended up leaving Playa del Carmen. In this quick video I just want to talk about why I decided to leave Playa del Carmen, why I am here in San Francisco, what I am planning to do next, and I want to recommend you a really cool book, Super Founders, but I want to talk about why this is pretty cool in a minute. Because here's the thing, I ended up leaving Playa del Carmen, not only because of the heat. The heat sometimes is not gonna help you to be super productive. Sometimes you feel like your head is about to explode. But I decided to leave Playa because I realized that this was not the best place in order to grow a massive business. If you really think about it, if you live in a place that is small and a place where a lot of people go there on vacation, people go there to relax, then of course that's not the best environment. In this case I worked a lot, but I felt like I needed to be in an even better environment. So this was better than my hometown, because in my hometown I was making $0 a month. And in Playa I ended up making 10K, my first 10K month ever. However, I still feel that in order to reach higher levels, I need to go to bigger places. And now I want to talk about the book, because in this book, Super Founders, they talk about the commonalities between billionaires. And in this book, after comparing a ton of billionaires, they mention that a lot of these guys, of course, most of them are in the US, that most of them worked for a big company in the US as well, that a lot of them went to to all of these Ivy League schools, to the best schools in the world, best universities. And then they also mentioned that they were in this environment in San Francisco or in New York, but actually more in San Francisco. So if we compare this, like I said, to Playa, in Playa you will get a lot of people that are, maybe you can find someone that has a really big agency, someone that is making $500,000 or 1 million or more, but it's not gonna be that common. However, if you come here to San Francisco, everyone is making six figures. Not everyone, but I mean, it's very common considering that there are a lot of engineers positions and that there are a lot of executive positions. So making that kind of money is not that much because the city is super expensive, especially if you live in San Francisco. However, this kind of competitive environment allows you to grow a lot, or actually forces you to grow. So that's why I was interested in coming here. Of course, I also wanted to visit my sister. She's great. She always gives me a lot of great ideas, and it's always great to spend some time with your family. But also it was interesting to be here again in this environment. So I was actually, and this is where I talk about my story a little bit, if you guys are interested. So I actually was thinking about getting a job as a business development representative, something along those lines, something in sales. But especially I wanted to work for a big company, maybe Oracle, maybe Salesforce, maybe Microsoft, something like that would be great. But I want to talk about why I am making like a transition. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe in 2 months I will tell you I was wrong, because in 3 months, in 1 month I am actually going to be in Europe, and I am thinking about staying in Poland or maybe in Europe. I don't know exactly where. Stay there for a couple of months and then maybe go back to the US, or maybe go back to, I'm not completely sure. But in this case, I was thinking about this job because, again, in the book, we know that these billionaires ended up becoming billionaires because they had these experiences in these massive companies. So in my case, I was stuck at zero for the longest period of time because I was trying to do everything on my own. However, when I got the job as an appointment setter, I finally was able to get the skills that were valuable. I was able to see success in real life. I saw what it looked like to make 50K, 100K per month. I saw the payments, I saw how often they got the payments, how they were split, how a team meeting looked like. I was able to see everything, and then because of that, when I launched my business, I tried to emulate that success. And I think that this is I'm 100% sure that this helped me to get to where I am today. I saw the behind the scenes, and then I tried to replicate that, and then turns out that I ended up making my first 10K month. So that's why I was thinking about maybe working in a bigger company, maybe getting a job in these companies just so that I can get the same exposure and then grow a business that is even bigger. If you, for example, work as a business development representative, you can end up making like 6 figures, but then that means that you are in a company that is making tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars. So that's why this was interesting to me. However, of course, all of these work permits, all of these things are important, considering that my background is not really verifiable, if you think about it. These companies usually like to see that you already have the track record. And yeah, I mean, if I continue looking for a job, I will find it. It's not about it's not like they are not opportunities. But my main conclusion here is that I decided just to go all in on my business again. I think that at this point, because I was able to scale this to 10K, it's just better to continue growing this to 100K per month, hopefully by the end of the year. That's the goal. Instead of getting another job. Again, I was trying to sacrifice making more money with my agency, considering that I could learn a lot in this kind of position by working for a big company. So in my case, I know this is something that I always talk about. In some cases, it's not bad to get a job. In my case, I got the job as an appointment setter, and that's exactly what helped me to get my first 10K month. So I was thinking about the same. If I work for one of these companies and I make, let's say, 10K per month, but as an employee, then what can happen if later I launch a business? Maybe I am gonna launch a business and hit the $100,000 a month milestone right away. So that was my reasoning behind this. But at this point, I feel like it's just more likely that I will continue scaling my business instead of getting another job. But again, a lot of times those are the things that you think about. And I really recommend this book because we also have to think about the disadvantages that we have, and we just have to be honest sometimes. I realize that if I stay in Mexico, for example, I will be in a disadvantage because English is not my first language. So, for example, a lot of people from the US already have a massive advantage. And then if making $1 million is an anomaly, then if I am in Mexico, I am not even at zero, I am at below zero, I am maybe less than 10, less than 50. And in order to get to that point, I have to overcompensate this by doing a lot of things that not a lot of people consider. Maybe I have to, in my case, I ended up practicing my English a lot before I got to this level. I feel like I still have to improve, but if you watch my first videos, or if you watch my videos when I was 16, 18 years old, they look completely different. So that's what I am doing. I don't want to make this video super long. I left Playa. That was an amazing time. I'm really proud of making that decision. It was an amazing place. It was an amazing experience. I'm here right now in San Francisco, and now I'm thinking about just scaling the agency, continue working on this, even if there are other opportunities. Because it's just I think that we are really, really close. So I will continue doing this, but I just wanted to record this video just to share with you guys how it looks like to have this business. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be just how do they call it? Nothing is going to be like perfect. Sometimes you will have these questions. Sometimes your business is not gonna go super well. Sometimes you will think about, man, I would prefer to get a job instead of handling 10 clients. That's something that I felt for the last few months, to be honest. Sometimes it's just easier to go to the easier path, of course. But the thing is that in order to achieve something massive, we have to go through that pain. We have to be able to process all of this stress that we're going to get. That's the difference between the person that is going to be successful and the person that is going to fail for years. For the longest period of time, I failed because I was moving from one business to another. I went from drop shipping to affiliate marketing to Amazon FBA, then I became a real estate agent. I did a bunch of things, and that was a massive mistake because I did all of these things. If I continued being just a real estate agent, I would have been probably a millionaire by now. If I continued working on my e-commerce stores in 2016, something like that, I would have been a millionaire by now. If I recorded a bunch of these videos, the story would be different. So you have to accept that things are going to be hard, that everything is going to be really difficult, very stressful, that you have to expect that, but that's exactly how success looks like. So that's exactly what I am about to do. I'm going to continue just working with more clients, doing things that are more difficult, doing things that I didn't want to do because they were hard. And yeah, that's the idea. The reason why I want to create these videos is because I want to watch them when I am making 10 million a year, right? That will be the goal. Making 10 million a year and then looking back to almost March 2023 and seeing like, hey, Jay didn't stop, and that's why we are where we are today. That's the goal. So that was just a quick update. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I just posted a full hour training for appointment setters. If you want to check it out, I will leave the link right here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all the support in my YouTube channel. I will continue posting more videos about this. So let's make things happen. That's it. I will leave the link to this appointment setting training video right here. So make sure to click this video.